Welcome to another episode of Day Dot Sports. Back here for a special Magic Round edition of Day Dot Sports with my brother Tom.
Woo!
How you going, bro?
Woo! I'm good, bro. How you going?
Yeah, really stoked.
Give me those real Ric Flair vibes.
Big about the woo. Good. As good as you can be from getting the wrong bus home after work. So, yeah, happy days with that little balls up.
Yeah, doozy.
But yeah, very much.
Absolute doozy.
And it's very hard to really achieve much throughout the week when all you can think about is Magic Round, about 500 4x golds and a punt and maybe a trip to the casino and some kebabs. And, it's just all of it's lining up really well. As you can see, getting a bit of Magic Round spirit with a nice little jersey that I picked up the other day.
Yeah, nice little heritage jumper.
I may have purchased about 3 Broncos jerseys in the last week, so I need to kind of be banned, but here we are. But before we jump in...
Slowly turning into fifth tackle collectives.
Oh, literally the way that it's going. Like, I think I've got, I don't know, maybe 9 now, so it's not the most, but it's definitely not nothing either. Before we jump into everything, though, you know what I'd like as much as Renault's masterclass against the Doggies, Tom?
Get on and fucking hit that like and subscribe button. Jump on the Instagram, give us a follow, give us a share. If you're liking the podcast, help us out.
Exactly right. Thank you very much. So we're just going to go straight into it. So our little round 8 recap. Can't believe we're already round 9 and a couple of weeks away from Origin. Like, I swear it wasn't that long ago. I was doing a Magic Round video this time last year, but here we are. Bet, I kind of missed this one, so sorry for not posting it, but your bet to Vegas got up. So you went wham, bam, thank you, man, on Melbourne Storm for once in your life.
I got up. Didn't keep the money, though.
So you might have to reinvest.
That's another thing. So, yeah, I'm going to have to run it back. I think I just run that exact same multi back this week. Not multi. Same game multi back this weekend.
It's probably not the worst because you had Coates anytime, Paps anytime, Storm. You were going to have them 13 plus, but yeah, you wound yourself back in a little bit and just kept it to head to head, luckily.
I kept it to head to head, and I was just unlucky. I think that Penrith decided to have no fucking backbone last week, and Alamotti somehow didn't score a try. So it was nearly my multi of the week, nearly got up as well, 2 from 3 legs, but we'll go again this week.
Yeah, you got close with that one. I got no Huddy, no Lecker for me in my multi of the week. And then my bet to Vegas was actually saved by Bellyache, who's just actually starting to lose the way a little bit with the Storm, fiddling with the team maybe a little bit too much. Every single time he's about to start, just, I'll pull him out and put him in.
Hold on, let me take a winger off.
He pulled Kane.
I reckon fucks me how many times this year, though, at least. He's just been like, teamless name Tuesday. Well, we move a centre to a wing. We move a wing to the centres.
Yeah, he's cooking with something, but it actually kind of, Bellyache, in a way, saved my multi of the week because he did it the week before against the Dolphins. But this time, I went to the game, so I actually had a chance to quickly jump on Kane Bradley and Xavier Coates. But this time I was at a gig when kickoff and everything happened, so I completely missed it. Had a look, and he's pulled out, so I got the money back. And then I would have actually put that money on Suafalongo as well, but then Latrell Mitchell decided to try to decapitate him. So it probably actually saved me. But jumping straight in.
How much was that bet? What are you on now?
Like, how much have I got in the kitty?
For the bet to Vegas. What was it, like 40
I got about $40, yeah. So it would have got me to, I don't know, like it was paying like $3 for me. So it was like nearly 130, 140, 130. So nearly got there. The math ain't mathing right now. Yeah, thanks for that. It's a bit too late in the hour. I've been staring at computer screens all day. Alrighty, but straight into the recap again. So Broncos, this one was fucking sweet. Thump the Doggies 40-18. Get that in, up and around you Doggies fans. Usually I feel, but usually as well, like we're like somewhat fans, I'd say, of the Dogs, or at least we don't mind the Doggies. Definitely don't really sit there and chat shit.
I
don't mind them too much.
Definitely don't mind the Dogs too much, but they were getting a bit fucking grubby. I'm not going to lie. I would be pissed off as well if we had 3 go to the bin in quick succession. So,
yeah, well, that's a big them problem.
Gosh, we were very hot the first half. It could have been a different game, that's for sure, if they hadn't copped all those sin bins, but such is life at the moment with the way the rules are. So
Yeah, well,
yeah, Reno put on an absolute A-grade masterclass. What a fucking watch that was. But yeah, no, the Dogs turned up a little bit in the second half, but they just couldn't kick into gear, really.
oh yeah, like I think with Renault, he, like you said, put on an absolute masterclass. I'm very much at the point where, especially if we manage to either make finals or go the whole way this year, build the man a statue out the front of Suncorp. Like he could go up there as a great, thank you very much. Real ball on the string kind of stuff. But he gave me a couple heart attacks when he scored that try. I was like up on my feet celebrating, and then I see him. I'm like, oh, they've broke him.
I was like, fuck's sake. Renault's lost his arm. Lost his leg 2 weeks ago, and he's now lost his arm.
He's going to be the bionic man.
All as well, yeah. I think, hopefully.
It all ended up all right.
We'll find out this weekend.
Doggies, though, the mistakes just killed them. Like, they were kind of doing a Broncos to the Broncos, just giving away 6 against, penalties, obviously the send-offs. But then, like, some of them were pretty, like, rough. It wasn't until I saw a replay of it, I thought that Josh Curran had legitimately tried to, like, fly an elbow Payne Haas. I think he actually did and just missed and ended up cleaning him up with his shoulder. You have, you got Satilli out there doing his best George Masvidal bloody impression, hitting poor Piakura with a flying bloody knee, the old 1-2. I'm surprised Brendy actually didn't go out from that. Like, that was flush. Couldn't have been any harder. And just
the dude who's had like a bad history of concussions and injuries and stuff, Piakura, I'm amazed, that he had to go off HIA, but I'm amazed that boy wasn't.
Yeah, like he's
doing the wobblies.
Can we please just stop hitting Brendy in the head? He just doesn't deserve it at this point. But
do you know what? Maybe what it is. I reckon it's since he's fucked off the headgear. Bring back the headgear with the pink lace, Piakura, please.
No, I'm a big fan of it without it. But yeah, Renault is just like spectacular. And Renault's half partner, Benny Hunt, after a couple of quiet or let's say lackluster weeks, fucking hell did he turn up. He just went, I'm going to make up for every little thing. What he kicked a 40-20, some of his effort in defense, jumping on balls like they were grenades, like he was doing everything. Absolutely turned up dozer and wrote some wrongs. For the Broncos as well, I found they actually had a bit of urgency in defence, really tried to take it to them. Obviously, we could go on and on and on, like we have done every other week about the forwards. What they've managed to do is just freaky. Like Payne Haas, Paddy is just next level sort of stuff. Also, Renault was playing with, I'm pretty sure, like a staph infection as well. Like a few of those boys.
Yeah, that said he wasesn't actually going to play.
Yeah, he said he was on like
boys have been doing some dirty wrestling or something.
Yeah, what wrestling gym are they going
on
to?
The mats. Yeah,
because like, we found out obviously, Ricky spent
pink eye and ringworm soon.
Fuck, and Ricky spent like 3 days in hospital. He didn't score for me because I had I had Preston, I had Arthur's, Preston, and Stags to score, and Billy scoring at the end, and Stags was like right next to him. I was like, oh, that would have been nice, and Broncos to win, so that would have been handy. Cobbo at fullback, I thought he looked great, really attacking the line, just excellent.
Fuck, how good was he?
He had a great game.
How good was he at the back? And that probably, especially if he has, a couple of games similar to that while Reece is out, I think that's probably cements him that he's going to be ending up at another club next year for sure.
Well, I've got a little curveball, I guess, on that. Well, just quickly before I continue, I just wanted to say about Stags, like he, particularly in the second half, just imposed himself on that game defensively, was smashing motherfuckers. More of that, please, Stags. But yeah, Cobbo, you've of course already got people being like, he needs to stay at fullback, drop Reece. It's like, calm down. It's been one game. Let's not get too far ahead of ourselves here. But I did really enjoy him, like bringing that ball back in a line. Like he is huge. Like I've walked past him on the street and I couldn't believe the size of him. So fuck tackling him if he's just running a hard and straight back at you.
Bit of GI about it, not going to lie.
A little bit, but, well, what I wanted to say, though, like, yes, we're pretty much come to the conclusion that, he's probably not going to be with the Broncos next year, which is going to suck. But if we go on, hypothetically, win the comp, Renault decides that's enough for me, and we've got all this cha-ching coin laying around all of a sudden, do you think there's a world that we keep him? Because negotiations obviously start after that, November 1st.
No.
You don't think so?
Because... well, whatever money that Renault was taking up, I'm pretty sure it's already being used up between Ben Hunt and other parties.
Shit.
So I think that was the biggest thing this year, them being able to sign Ben Hunt and find the money to be able to sign him with Reno and all that still being there. Yes, if he finishes up this year, that money in the cap gets taken away, but it's already being used for guys whose contracts are finishing this year. I think pretty sure guys like Paddy and Reese and whatnot.
Yeah,
I think they would have been off contract this end of this year. So I think with those upgrades, it's already fucked that whole situation.
Yeah, I guess that's probably true. The Katoni Stag stuff though hasn't fully apparently it's all but done, but at the same time hasn't been officially announced. So you never know.
You never know because Grant Anderson's coming to the Broncos next year. So
that's true, and he'd be on pretty cheap coin, I'd say. But stranger things have happened.
Yeah,
but
you never know what's going to happen. But anyway,
we'll move on with it. But as for the Doggies, it's just one of those nights. You literally can't win it all. Phil Gould's been out there, but every team's lost by round 7 or 6 or whatever he'd been saying. So yeah, they lost a little bit later. Just ball didn't bounce their way. It was one of those things. Probably wouldn't take too much out of it. Of course, there's the narrative of, they're fucking flat track bullies. They haven't played anyone in the top teams and whatever else. And it's yeah, sure. I guess if they keep losing to the top teams, then they might pivot to that. But at this stage, I don't see it happening. This game just gave me head noise. This next one, Roosters absolutely touched up the Dragons 46-18. Roosters just lived rent-free in the Dragons 20, just parked up camp and just said, yeah, we're not fucking leaving.
Yeah, I don't have much to add on this because I didn't get to watch much of it, not going to lie. But what I did watch was the Dragons were pretty fucking useless. And, the Chookies were all over it, essentially. That's the in and out of it. Dragons were never really in this game. Once the Chooks got moving, they were too hard to stop.
Yeah, well,
I tell you what, though, didn't Sam Smith have an absolute worldie of a game?
Yeah, well, I was about to say, it doesn't help that Sam Smith had his body taken over by Joey Johns and just put on the performance of the lifetime. Where did that come from?
Dude was in everything.
And then
bulk tries, bulk goals, try assist, sin bin.
Yeah, he did.
The dude literally fucking did everything. So
I've been everywhere, man. I've been everywhere. Had Gutho chasing shadows. Turns out Gutho's one and only weakness is in fact the show and go. He got it done, I think, twice. Smith did him,
jumping at shadows,
and then I think it was Steep as well. Just had him in all sorts. One thing that I did like, and I nearly got on him as a try scorer, but I did not, was Marky Mark out there on the wing is just a handful. Just some of the little offloads. He's just a pain in the ass. I would hate to be marking up against a big body. That's just going to be a handful. Next game was beat the Knights 26-12. I didn't really catch. I only got about half of this one. Cool jersey for the Knights. Shit game for them though. Still ahead of the Riff somehow on the thing. But yeah, you got to think Adam O'Brien. It's got to be just.
That dude, I would be fucking shocked if that dude is there by the end of the season. At least, nice. Newcastle was pretty dreadful, not gonna lie. It's not like the Warriors played an absolute worldie of the game either. They were nothing special either. So, I don't know what the fuck's going on at Newcastle, and I'm probably going to regret the fuck out of tipping them this week, but.
Brave.
But I have hot news for anyone out there. I think they're on a slippery slope though, Newcastle. But with that team they got, they should be able to turn up and put on some sort of performance.
Yeah, it's not really making sense. A lot of the drama surely in the halves. It is really feeling like a bit of an up the wires year type of thing. You got Wade Egan turning up, Metcalf's playing well. That intercept that he got and supposedly cramped up and got run down by Sharp. I saw an interview with SJ after it. He's just he was always saying he was faster than me and bloody got mowed down. The forwards for the Warriors have just been exceptional. Even Jackson Ford coming in, having a day out, 2 meat pies. Nom, 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 nom. Thank you very much, he said.
Please never do that again.
He was all over it. Storm, they got it done over the Rabbitohs 24-16. This one didn't quite go the way that I thought it would. I thought Storm would have fucking run away with this big time. And then, I
think they definitely could have. Because, South did turn up a little bit, but the tries that they did score definitely were just soft tries. I think from a bit of tiredness from Melbourne. I don't think Storm come out to try absolutely turn one on. I think they would just in cruise control, honestly.
Just coasting, yeah. I guess Uncle Wayne probably would have done everything to stem the bleeding anyway. Losing Trell again, a bit unlucky for them, trying to take the head off Suafailonga, like I was saying. So, again, glad that I didn't get on him. One thing that was just an absolute laugh out of this game, though, was Paps going for that captain's challenge. And then he ends up
getting put to the bin.
He ends up just getting sent to the bin. I reckon that would have actually been a bit of a laugh.
That is... There's been some absolute howlers from, front rowers and whatnot over the years, ever since the challenge process has come in, where they've told little fibbies to their captain that they didn't drop the ball and that it got stripped. But perhaps that was that has to be the all-time howler of captain challenges. Like, I can't remember did they get penalised? I can't remember what.
Yeah, I think
happened,
it was, yeah.
Yeah, whatever it was, penalty, challenge it. Turns out, foul.
Yeah, I reckon.
See you later, Paps.
I reckon, if all the boys would have been standing there, because they usually watch it on the big screen, like as a team watching that, all they'd probably just been like, "You fucker."
Themselves.
I probably would have known it was coming.
It was actually so funny.
But not
just wanted an early
early bark. I guarantee you, there was probably a chair that got launched still in that coach's box. But
yeah, Magic Round's a week for it. Can we get a fucking Craig Bellamy kick cam?
Yeah,
Craig Bellamy chair cam.
Chair cam, put it up. I'd like to see it. Next one, Cows. They end the Titans season 50-18. Unlucky boys. Tommy Dan, he's a freak. Ran 200 plus meters, 5 tries, assists. Like, very nice.
Yeah, had a big day out. Not much to really pack into here. Titans were, for better words, dreadful.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Cowboys just absolutely turned one on. It was slow going, but fuck me, when the floodgates opened, didn't they open?
Oh, yeah, it was one of those things. So British Titans, they started off winning, both for more, got over for a couple tries, was cruising along. Turns out as well, is a Queenslander from Dolby, so keep that in mind when it comes selection time for Origin, which I like, and I reckon Billy would like quite a lot.
He has been. He's been in the squad the last couple of years, Fodawaker.
No, Bo Firma.
Oh, fuck. I don't know why you thought...
No, not Moe.
Fodawake?
No.
Yeah, I thought you said bro.
No. Same. But, this is the one I sent you a thing beforehand. Ned sent me just $10 bonus bet because I've been cheating on him a bit recently. Oh, sorry, an orange betting agency. I've been cheating on him a little bit with the blue one, and they sent me a nice little $10 bonus bet, and I chucked that on 3 try scorers. Wham, bam, thank you very much. Turned that into about 100, so that was beautiful. Nanai back in the starting side, that was great as well. What he went over for double meat pie time, which is nice. And then Purdue, God, has he got some getaway sticks on him. He had about 500 cracks at trying to score in a runaway try. Like, he just kept going.
Literally.
The try saver that De Groot had on him at one point, just took him out in the corner. That was an unreal try save. But, yeah, he's going to be something that Purdue.
Who else? Jai Gray's tackle on Suafailonga in that Melbourne South Sydney game as well. That try, I thought Sua had full range down the sideline. I was like, see ya. This is literally meat pie written all over it. And Jai Gray pulled off an absolute worldie of a tackle to take him over the sideline. So
that kid's just got heart.
That was another
But yeah, we get the na hey, hey, goodbye to the Titans. Because again, wow, we all know the curse. Right, next one, Manly.
Oh, see you next year, boys.
Yeah, enjoy that one. So there goes my hopes for the 8. Manly, they give it to the Riff 26-10. In what world is Penrith coming last? It's crazy. I just don't have words for it.
What the fuck is going? Is it because they've gone away from Bluebet Stadium? Like, what is going on?
I'm starting to honestly think so.
I'm starting to think this is a stadium voodoo. Because fuck, this was a Penrith home game as well.
Yeah,
wasn't it?
Come back. Yeah, that's hot.
Fucking knows. Yeah, I thought Manly absolutely cocked this up in the second half. I was like, here we go. Penrith finally pulled the finger out. Gone, try. Here we go. We're going to fucking put some points on now, and then just died off pretty quick.
Yeah, I thought the exact same thing. I didn't get to watch this one live, and I was checking the score, and started put some points on. I'm like, oh, here we go. They should be able to pull this back. pull my phone out like 5 minutes later. It's like 20 something. I'm like, oh, what have you done, bro? Definitely not what I want. I'm so glad Manly aren't playing in Magic Round though. I'm sick of trying to pick them. It's just so hot and cold at the moment. Tommy Turbo being.
I would have preferred Manly because we would have been playing them and we would have put a fucking hurting on them like every other year we've played Manly.
Yeah, there's probably a reason they've pulled the pin on that because we just pump them. Even though we won by 1 point, fucking still pumped you last year. Tommy Turbo being back in that team though, the stats just don't lie when he's in that team. Like they just win. It's just what it is. Yeah. But yeah, not too much else to touch on that one. The Milkman beat up the Finns 40-28. Finns, they came out hot and heavy in this one, and I thought they actually might keep going with it. But the Milk doing it.
How the fuck did they lose?
Dude, like I picked the Milk.
Someone tell me how they lost that game.
I picked the Milk and almost like started to like just play on my phone or whatever because I'm like, oh well, this one's over. And then sure enough, Milk come and do just the ambush. It's starting to become a bit of a thing with them. I reckon.
Yeah.
If you could pick a team, like if you could combine a team to play a half each, similar to like NFL, for example, where you got like the attacking and defending team, but a first half team and a second half team. If you had the Titans play the first half and then the Milk play the second half, unbeatable, untouchable team. Done. Say less.
Thanks for coming.
You got the two best 40-minute sprinters.
One's a 100-meter sprinter, the other one's a fucking 5K jogger.
Exactly. So that's all you need. But yeah, I don't know how they blew such a lead, but it was such a good watch though. Like I like seeing Canberra go well. Something about them, they're just an enjoyable team to watch, especially in the last like year or so. Particularly the team that they got this year, and they're doing very, very well. But yeah, fuck, I don't know how the Finns managed to shit the bed on this.
Yeah.
Just dreadful. But it rolled into another exciting game. Sunday was probably outside of Thursday, obviously, but this Sunday was a bit of fun. Tigers getting it done in Golden Point, 20-18.
Oh, don't get me started on this shit.
I'm fucking so done with the Sharks.
Don't get me started. I'm so done with the Sharks. I'm so done with Nico Hines or just the whole Sharks fullback fucking halves set up or whatever. Not Will Kennedy.
We love you, Will. Yeah.
What the fuck were they doing? You literally had fucking about 3 sets to ice the game before the Hooter went, and then went for a try every single time instead of just trying to kick the field goal.
I don't know what was going on. Like, you have Adam Fanua-Blake doing his best impersonation of a centre and taking it out wide for a run like close to the line. They had about 500 chances just to have it and ice it. And honestly, like I've defended this bloke for so long, but I don't think Nico could ice a fucking cake at this point. Like it's just what doing there. Will Kennedy though, again, this doesn't include you. He was exceptional. He had a hell of a game. Like he was just ripping that team apart. I thought Tigers were all but done. I think commentators thought they were all but done, but managed to fucking just skate over the line with it.
Because it was definitely. Like I literally said to the old boy before they done the toss for Golden Point, I was like, whatever team wins the toss here on Golden Point will win the game because they'll be running with the win first up. Yeah. And Tigers gave it a red hot crack, but fuck, I'm like, what happened?
Oh, so bad.
Sharkies, what happened? Even against the win, you got yourselves in prime position to win it, and they
just choked again. I think it was the start.
Couldn't happen to a better team.
Oh, exactly, 100%. But I'm pretty sure kickoff, they kicked it short to poor Lockie Galvin, who had to like jump forward almost for it. And I was like, if he had dropped that ball.
No, it wasn't Lockie Galvin.
Yeah, it was. It was right. I'm pretty sure it was kick. Not for a Golden Point. I'm pretty sure it was kickoff, like right at the start of the game. They had dropped it. It went like 30 odd meters or something, but it fell just about.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, and it fell like just about short. I was like, if he put that down,
because I missed the start of it.
Oh, the poor kid, he would have copped it, but he got it, which was good. He had a pretty good game actually as well, considering everything.
Yeah, it was pretty
doing.
Solid,
but yeah, it was a cooked weekend. You know, we've had this like crackdown and whatever else happening for the last few weeks, but clearly they turned it up a notch. Over the weekend, we had 18 sin bins, which is just cooked. Like it was ridiculous.
Yeah. They've taken it way too far. Like, I feel like it's pretty obvious what are like forceful, directful contacts with heads.
I'm looking at you, Satilli.
Oh, and what is like literally just brush someone's head and it's like,
oh, it's
10. It's becoming beyond a joke, and I'm hoping we don't see more of it this weekend because what I shared the other day, Andrew Johns saying a lot of people pay good money to go Magic Round, and they don't want this weekend to be fucking ruined by the referees blowing the pee out of the whistle.
Exactly, yeah. It's just getting completely out of hand. And yes, we've got to protect players and get, just direct full horrible shit out of the game. 100% that shouldn't be in there. You don't want I'm looking at you, Josh Curran, trying to fly and elbow my boy Payne Haas or Tupanua. But it's affecting the way that the players are playing. They're trying to play to get these penalties now, and you see them kind of, in a way, milk it, or it's just literally seeing dudes get brushed like this and be and luckily some of those weren't called, but fuck, they were not far off it. And that is just ridiculous. And, you definitely do not want to be seeing that. And I think Abdo's finally come out and just been okay, well, they're going to be changing the way Bunker does it. They cannot be going back on these plays. They're going back many, many plays, fucking set ago, pulling up stuff. You're
who was it? It was
doing?
3 sets.
It's crazy.
It was 3 sets. So what game was it? I was pretty sure it was 3 sets. And there was another one. It was 8 plays previous. And they fucking stopped the game and sent someone off. You can't be doing that.
Yeah.
The referee on the field hasn't seen it. 2 touch judges haven't seen it. The players haven't reacted to what's happened. Fucking move on.
Exactly. You can't be going back for that. And it's just, and I like Satilli as well, but just as an example, you got him throwing the flying knee, the Jorge Masvidal flying knee, and doesn't get sent off. Meanwhile, other people, incidental, sort of slipping over, this, that, and everything else. And that's where Abdo pretty much has come out and been okay, well, at this point, they cannot be going back. The only time they should be if it is a serious send-off or a serious kind of send-in offense, because it's just ridiculous. Again, just the play goes on and all of a sudden it just cooks everything. It's one of those things though, it's kind of, I guess, fell both ways for a lot of teams. I think I went through the outcomes of every single game, and I think each team both had at least one player off, so it's not one team's having 6 people and the other's having none. Everyone's kind of it's a shit show getting shared around. But in saying that, especially after this backlash that we've had over this round, I reckon they're going to put the whistle away big time for Magic Round, and I reckon we're going to see a pretty fucking rough and gritty round. I reckon obviously there'll be straight up ones. I reckon they're going to really just let shit play on. Unless people are getting folded in half, then I reckon it's going to be a lot of just wild shit.
Because I think it was a couple of Magic Rounds ago, I think when this high tackle sort of rule got brought in, and that weekend was wild.
I remember that.
I'm pretty sure they blew the absolute fuck out of the whistle that weekend, and that was big uproar over that. But we'll see what happens anyway, I guess.
Nah, yeah, I reckon we're going to get one of those rounds where, those old highlights that they'd play of Brian Fletcher, and he's just absolutely coat hanger.
Fletcher's tackling skill.
Yeah, Fletcher's fucking clothesline from hell. I reckon it could be that type of thing. But yeah, surely there's got to be, we've seen this so many times with all the crackdowns. Eventually it's just going to come to a point where it's gotten ridiculous and it's going to kind of regress a little bit. And I reckon it's going to be I reckon it's going to be this round. And I'm just so excited for Magic Round. Just so much going on, walking around the CBD at the moment. There's posters everywhere, all sorts of stuff getting set up. I'm imagining the further the week goes on, there's just going to be jerseys everywhere. I'll be keeping an eye out for Teddy playing handball.
Outside your office.
Outside of there, see if he's still killing it.
Well, if you see him playing handball, you know what that means. Anytime try scorer.
Well, I think he scored a couple over the weekend, didn't he? You'd think in a flogging like that, but no, well, that gets us though into our Magic Round tips and predictions for 2025 revved up. We are going for all 3 days. So I guess again, if you do see us out and about, come say hi. I doubt the 5 people that listen to this are going to be coming to find us. Nah, but come say hello if you do see us. If you feel like we'll have a beer with you, have a yarn and whatever else. But yeah, I'm stoked. It's been a while since I was there. I think I was in Japan last year. Was having massive fucking FOMO. This is the first time I'm actually we're kicking in to go all 3 days, so very keen.
Yeah, I think we've gone most years because I think I've probably been to about 3 or 4, I believe. But it's always just been. I think the first year I did, I went 2 days. Every other year, it's only been for the Broncos. But yeah, 3 days this year. Keep keen to fucking dip the toes in, that's for sure.
Oh yeah, and luckily over this round 8, I won a bit of money because I need all the spending money that I can get. A little bit of beer money. But Friday night, up first, Sharks versus the Eels. Well, it's already been well defined. I'm fucking well off the Sharks at this point. I don't care who they're playing this week. They could literally be playing the worst team in the comp, and I'm going to be backing that other team. Yeah, well, Penrith in this case. So yeah, give me the Eels coming off a bye with Mitchy Moses pretty much doing an audition for that Origin team big time after only coming back for 2 games. I like them 1-12. I reckon Sharks are probably just going to try to bash down that front door, but I reckon Eels, I can't see any reason why they can't win this, honestly.
Yeah, I'm just going to have to disagree with you on this one. As much as I fucking hate Cronulla and what they dished up on the weekend, they should be, like, honestly, your top 4 from last year, you should be able to turn up and roll over the Eels, essentially. I'm going to go 1-12 as well. I'm going to have a Mulatalo as a try scorer. But also wouldn't shock me if Para can manage to pull one out.
Yeah, we're actually in the Para fans supporters area, I believe, on the Friday night.
What's the matter, Parramatta?
So that's going to be good. I will be fucking kicking them home. Like, I'll be whipping them home big time if they get a lead. Like, I'm seeing Mitchy Moses. He's going to be rocking up. The last time he would have played at Suncorp, I dare say, would have been game 3 last year where he just brought it home for New South Wales. So he's just going to be feeling the vibe of the stadium. He's going to be putting that jersey on, basically pretending it's the 7 jersey for New South Wales, and I reckon he's going to put on a masterclass performance. Really show Nico Hines why he's the Australian and New South Wales halfback. Just kind of just let him know.
Put him in his place a little bit.
Yeah, and I'm going to go with the freaky fella Josh Addo-Carr to get over any time. I reckon just a bit of speed out there. I reckon he'll be enjoying himself. One big in for Sharks, though, is Carol Heroes coming back in for Hiroti, who now is injured himself. But he's huge. I dare say might be giving him a touch-up a little bit later on when we get to our multis. Next one, Roosters versus the Dolphins. Both of these teams are all over the map. I don't know who to trust. I don't know if I can trust Finns not to choke after they just did the other week after having such a big lead, but it's a home game for them, so give me the Finns at home.
Yeah, I'm on the same theory there, Chris. Fucks me who's going to win this game between these two. They've been that hot and cold. I'm going to have to go the Finns at home. Last performance they put on at home against the Storm was a bit of a worldie. So I think they're going to do enough to get it done 1-12. I'm going to jump on Herbie Farnworth actually this week to score any time.
Herbie. I like as well for the Finns. They got Jeremy Marshall-King coming back in, which I think they've been missing a bit of direction. Yeah, Finn Diesel.
Finn Diesel's back in there as well. So
I reckon he's going to do a bit of a revolving door type of operation, come back in, head hire someone out for a couple of weeks next week. He's got that written all over him. And then with, the Roosters, I reckon unless Sandon the 8th Smith decides to put on another just worldy performance, which I don't see him having 2 of those in a row. That's for sure. I reckon Finns at home. I think as well for these Queensland teams, I guess now you got Broncos and Dolphins, I think they take a bit of offence to other teams calling this home for the week. So I think they're going to be turning up big time. Rolling on to Saturday, we've got the 3 games. We've got Rabbitohs versus Knights up first. So this is just, you could probably go to the Caxton for a couple of years instead of watching this one.
Yeah. This has got Sunday afternoon vibes written all over it. This is what's going to be classified in the business as a snooze fest. I think we've already half teed up that we might be going to Eagle Farm Racecourse to whip home a few gidgies instead of going and watching this game. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, right. I just don't like this one kind of either way. I'm going to go with the Rabbitohs. I'm going to go with them 1-12, but this is well and truly one that I can just see the Knights snagging. It just kind of, you can see that happening. No Trell, Whitens into 6. Gray back to fullback's not the worst thing in the world. At least Knights are starting to put a few points on the board, but I just don't like this one either way, really. Pretty gross game.
I've tipped Newcastle. I fucking hate it. I hate everything about this game, but I've tipped Newcastle. Like, they're due, surely. Bunnies, lots of outs. Outs everywhere. Outs galore. I think Newcastle get Adam Elliott back and maybe one other person, can't remember who. But, you know, on paper, Bunny's got that many outs that they should be able to get this done. You know, if they can manage to shut down...
The Knights should be able to get this done, you mean?
Should be able to get it done, I think. If they can shut down likes of Jai Gray, I think Jackie Wyden's going to be pretty dangerous in the 6 jersey. But I think if they can shut down 2 big guys like that, they should be able to get over.
Yeah, I don't like it. I do like Jai Gray to get over any time, though, because that man just keeps going hard. He likes to score a try. So that's who I'm going to go with. Who you got as a try scorer, Tom?
I have I can't remember who I had down. Yeah. I had myself a Bradman Best.
Nice. Wars versus the Cows. This one, honestly, this would almost be the game of the round for me. I actually really think this is going to be a fun, exciting matchup. The Cows have somehow turned a corner after their steaming dog shit start of the season. It looked like Toddy Payton.
It looked like Toddy Payton was on his way out for all money.
And he's just gone.
He literally had 1 foot out the door and Cowboys are sitting in 6th. How the fuck did that happen?
Instead, he dropped Nanai and just went, no worries, bro. But yeah, both of these teams have been travelling pretty well. I think the Wars, though, like looking at them on paper,
Wars is in 4th.
Yeah, they're ahead of us. They've been travelling really well on paper. Actually, kind of I kind of like the Wars in this one. But you know what? They've been playing just about every single game in New Zealand. Are you still there?
Yeah, it's sort of a reason why I'm going to tip the Cowboys purely for that reason that they've played a lot of footy in New Zealand so far this year, and heading to what is going to be, there's going to be so many fucking Cowboys supporters
hostile grounds.
Like it may as well be a home game for the Cows because, you know, you're still in Queensland. It's a shitload away from Townsville, but you know, you already know Cow supporters are going to turn up, and that Cows lineup's full of Queenslanders. They love playing at Suncorp, so yeah, I think the Cows are just going to kick on from their 50-point winning last week and get done 1-12.
Yeah, I think they're going to be running hot after ending the Titans last week. Tommy did, again, I reckon is going to be putting in some state of origin-like performance in front of a packed-out house. I reckon he's going to turn up massively. Both of these teams have some pretty hot-to-trot back rowers that are going to be doing a bit. Nanai, Lecker, it is going to be good. I'm very, very keen for this. I'm going to go with Cows 1-12 and Nanai anytime myself. But again, I just think this is going to be an exciting little matchup. I might even jump on Leka Halamasia at some. There's a little outside of podcast bet, but him and Nanai, wham bam. Thank you very much. I reckon that would be good. You know what? I've realised I've forgotten to do this entire time. I've got all the odds down for these teams, and I've just forgot to say them. But anyway, we move on. This game's a little bit, I don't know how I feel about this one, but Tigers versus the Dragons. Look, I know I hate it. Yeah.
Fucking hate it.
I know that 2-up was last week, but flip a coin on this one as well, because I reckon it could really fall either way.
Yeah. Another match that, a bit like South Sydney and Knights, this could go either way. And it's just going to really be, as cliche as it is, who turns up on the day. There's not going to be out and out answer to who should be beating who here. Obviously just going to be the better team on the day. But in saying that, Tigers, I reckon, have been playing the better footy. And they definitely shouldn't have won last week, but I think they should be able to scoot home.
Yeah, it's just a weird one. Like the Dragons, they got pumped last week, so you'd think Flano would be absolutely up them this week to kind of bounce back. They've dropped Lachlan Ilias, bro. So that's just a massive out for them. They got some new halfback who, unfortunately, and I'm sorry to the bro, I have no idea how to pronounce your name. If you want to look it up and give that a go for your life. So I'll have to hear Blocker probably say it and then just emulate a bit of Block. So hopefully he's not commentating because he's going to have a nightmare. But I think Tigers, I think they're just fucking a bit more energetic about it in a way, like their attitude, the way that they carry themselves. Their front rowers, I think in particular, are going to make a big difference. In particular, Terrell May, who's just going to, I'm just going to carry these boys for 80 minutes. I heard, I don't know if Benji was just pulling his leg or something like that, or pulling the Journo's leg, but where Terrell May came off for like a 5-minute rest, he's like, what did you take me off for? Like, have I done something wrong? Like, what? Like, that's just ridiculous. And boy, did he do. Yeah. He did good things for my fantasy and super coach. My God.
Bro. I was like, no, you know what? Fuck it. Dill Edwards had a good game last week. I'm going to go with him again this week to get another 100-point game. Scored all of 25 points, I believe. Actually, no, he scored 50 when he's predicted to rack up 100. So, and then watch Terrell May go there and put points on points on points. And that's literally what cost me my round this week in Supercoach. So, Terrell May, you're going back with the captain band on your arm.
Oh, he's just...
fucking never again.
He's old trusty.
Actually, Terrell May or Mitch Moses?
Terrell May. Oh, I don't know. Mitch Moses literally could have this time the immortal Joey Johns take over his body here in Suncorp and just put on an all-time performance. So, in saying that, Terrell May.
Right, give me a Terrell.
All right. We roll through to Sunday. Up first, we got Titans versus the Dogs. And just quick, actually, on the last game. So, yeah, Tigers 1-12 for me. Taruba anytime, I reckon.
Yeah, got the same.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah, it's just copy-paste. All right, yeah, Titans versus Doggies. Now, with the Doggies, who is not out this week is probably more so the question compared to who is in. I know it's a real shame that, who's the fellow that kept having fill-in for the halves last season? What's his name? Hutchinson. It's a shame that Hutcho's not playing, but I think Hayward comes back in to fill in the spot that he's
Hutchinson, position, utility, sir.
That's classic. But yeah, honestly, I can see a world where the Titans come out again, win the first half, and then just get fucking pumped. It could very much be.
Probably wouldn't be the worst bet in the world. After Doggy's been able to steady his shit without burden, kick out and stuff for a few weeks there when they had a few knee injuries going on, I think they're going to be fine to get the job done. I'm just going to go 1-12 because who knows, Titans could fucking put on a worldie and show up here. But Sexton's been so much more controlling and more comfortable in his game this year. It's actually great to watch. So I think it's been a big part as well of why they've been going the way they have. So yeah, Doggies 1-12 for me, and I can't remember who I jumped on for a try scorer. I jumped on Critter.
Yeah, nice.
Stephen Crichton anytime.
Yeah, I reckon, particularly after last week, I reckon they're just going to be out to prove everyone wrong. Like, for starters, anyone that's like, Doggies aren't bloody, this, that, and everything, I think they're just going to be tightening everything up. I reckon their iron wall defense is just going to be back at it again.
Yeah, I reckon defense is going to be elite.
I reckon it's just going to be ridiculous. I don't think they're going to be making fuck all mistakes compared to last week. I reckon they're really going to tighten up their discipline like ridiculously.
Do you reckon they'll hold the Titans to 0?
I was about to get that. So I think they're actually going to win 13 plus, but not because they've put a cricket score on. I reckon it might be like 20 maybe to 0, 14-0, something like that, and just keep them to zip. Yeah. I reckon to just hold them out. So I'm going to go.
It. I'll jump on that with you. I'll go 13 plus because they're going to hold them to fucking nothing.
Yeah, I reckon I might actually jump on that as a bet, and I'll go Jacob Kuraz any time because Doggies, here's a little odd for you. They're $1.25 favourites. Titans $4. That's almost worth a little slap on the Titans as well, by the way. As you can tell, this round, weekend-wise, I'm going to be unleashing on the old betting, so it's going to be a good time. This game, of course, very excited for. We got Panthers versus the Broncos. Finally, a fucking round that I can wholeheartedly just go, fuck Penrith, Broncos all the way, 13 plus. Thank you very much. So, yeah, that's where I'm landing. Broncos, of course, just absolutely hot as coming off last week. Nice little rest as well from Thursday all the way through to Sunday. So they're going to be all healed up. Hopefully Renault in particular. There's no infection, no shoulder, bloody whatever else is going on with him. Hopefully he's good. He's named to play, so that's happy days.
Madge might have flogged the life out of him this week because I'm pretty certain I was hearing that the Broncos only trained once last week. They did their captain's run. That was it. I think they done one session during the week and their captain's run. That was it.
Maybe that's the key.
For training.
Train less.
Maybe that's the key. Madge, no training, bro. More toasties.
Yeah, exactly. Just let the boys do whatever. But yeah, I can just see our forward pack dominating again. Like, when are they not going to do that? But Penrith have been at sea. They're last for a reason at this point. I can't even fucking make up excuses for them anymore. They're just not it. at the moment. Better be careful what I say, though, but I think they are at all.
Yeah, maybe just be careful what you're going to say, because I
They're
think
all at
Penrith. Fuck it. Yeah. I think Broncos are going to win. I'm just going to go 1-12 on the side of caution, because I feel like out of all teams, Nathan Cleary does live rent free in a few of those Broncos heads after what happened in that grand final a few years ago. So I think he's going to turn up, have a worldie, and take a few boys with him. So I wouldn't be surprised if Penrith put on a fucking big performance.
In saying that, though, fucking revenge time, and Madge wasn't around in those eras, so Madge is not traumatised like Kevy is with the thought of the Penrith Panthers, Ivan Cleary, Nathan Cleary, and alike. So I think Madge is going to have them all brain conditioned, mentally conditioned to be able to take the boys on. I think as well with the Penrith Panthers, so still no Toro, which is huge, and Mitch Kenny not being in there seems to really be killing him. Like, he's one of those dudes that gets in there, does his job ridiculously well, probably doesn't get noticed as much, but he's a big part of that team. So I reckon not having him
consistent week in, week out. Yeah.
Exactly. And then I have gone with Katoni Staggs to run over some bloke, leave a handprint, and put that ball down for 4 points. I reckon he's in for another big one.
I've got my favourite try-scoring magnet in Dean Mariner across any time.
Yeah, you're a big Dean Mariner fan. I was close to going with him.
Huge Dean Mariner
But
fan.
he already lightning struck twice last week, but I can see Renault just chipping over the same way that he did last week for 2. Like, I can definitely see that happening again. When you got foot Falcons as fast as that, like, why wouldn't you?
Wouldn't be surprised if you see another Xavier. Is Xavier starting in the back row?
Yeah, he's in the back row again, big X.
He is. Jordan Ricky.
He's back as well, yeah. And Pierre
Jordan's
Corral's
back starting.
Yeah.
Fucking hell. Give me a Xavier.
Yeah, I don't hate that.
Give me a Xavier. He's going to crash over.
Yeah, no, I'm a big fan of it. All right, and then that leads into the last one here. We got Storm versus the Mighty Milkman. This one, it might be a little bit risque, a little bit of risk it for the milk, but why not? I'm going to go Milkman as the Dogs. I like it. I'm really enjoying the milk. This just has a sticky ambush over bellyache written all over it, I reckon. I think Storm are looking beatable this year. Like, yes, still very good, but if there's a game they're going to lose, it's going to be to the men from the south.
I don't know. I feel like this game's got a sticky blow up at the press conference written all over it. Melbourne 13 plus comfortably, I think. I think Canberra's going to have some backbone, but I think Melbourne's going to absolutely rock up to fuck Sunday afternoon.
Nah, no Grant. They're rolling over to teams these days. Can't put two halves together. Milk, they bring a bit of that Dragons energy about as well. Like, just a team that just would do it against the Storm. And I can see their forward pack actually bullying Melbourne a bit. That'd be something. Like, this is going to be one of those games where they're going to cut to the dressing room shed and Sticky's going to have a whiteboard saying, fuck them. Like, I feel like it's one of those ones he's really going to rev all the boys up just to fucking, he's going to be calling Horsburgh all sorts of names out the back. That's what Bellyache said about you. Like, all this, just get him riled up.
If Canberra win this game, it is paying $1.10 that we're going to be playing fucking roulette with Corey Horsburgh at the Star Casino. Guaranteed Sunday night.
Big red.
Broncos win. Canberra win. We're going to be balls deep at roulette.
Yeah. But no, this one obviously could really come back to bite me, but Storm didn't do so well last time they were up here, so they could be trying to right those wrongs. But again, I'm liking what the Milkmen are about. I'm going with them 1-12. Sebi Chris is allergic to not scoring at this point. He is the second coming of Melbourne the way things are going. So I'm just going to go with him anytime.
Yeah, fair play. I have gone with my man who's tried and tested, and I think he's going to jump the fuck over a Canberra winger, and you already know who it is, Xavier Cates. He's going to pop one out of the sky and crash over. That's for sure.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna rule that one out. But Honey Young crashing over as well is a fucking high chance. Big chance of milk with that. All right, now we move forward to a bet to Vegas. If you've been around for the last few weeks, we started off with $5, trying to bet that over and over and over. Get all the way to Vegas in 2026. I'm through to week 3 or something like that. Didn't get up last week because my bet got voided thanks to Craig Bellamy playing bloody checkers instead of chess for once. And yours did get through, but mine Look, the Riff, they have been conceding quite a few tries to centres, and we have an absolute ox in Tony Staggs. So I've gone with him to cross the line anytime, put a palm through somebody. He's at $2.75, so I'm going to try to snag me a little Staggs. I like
such juicy odds.
Yeah, it's good.
That is such juicy odds. Holy shit.
So they'll end up with about 110 if that comes off, I think.
With $40 on it.
Yeah, well, let me... Oh, I don't have my phone on me. Yeah, let me...
Don't think so, brother.
I'll tell you. Not even...
Oh, no, $108.
Yeah, not even boosted, lad. Not even boosted. Fucking get up me earlier about maths. Shut up.
Shows how good chippy maths is. I'm going to be jumping on, and this is where we pause because now I've got to find a fucking... You actually wouldn't read about it. My bet to Vegas this week... Personally believe this is at fucking ridiculous odds. And I think he's definitely a sniff at crossing. I'll have a Shibasaki anytime try scorer at $3.05.
That's not bad at all.
That's not bad because after I've done my ass on my bet to Vegas last week after it got up, I'm going to have to start small again. And not going to lie, I had about 3 weeks worth of money on it that got up. Well, not 3 weeks, 2 weeks worth of money, essentially. But yeah, I'm going to chuck a $5 on Shibasaki anytime. So fingers crossed, boy crosses for us.
But like that, so yeah, I've got about 38 whatever riding on the $2.75 Stag. So I'll be chasing him down big time and absolutely sending it with the when he crosses over. Alrighty.
Love that.
Last little bit of bookkeeping for us. We got the multi of the week now. Mine is all over the place. I kind of just threw a couple darts around trying to hit a few try scorers. Oh, actually, I'm tempted. I've already got one, but I'm also tempted maybe just trying to pick a try scorer from each game. You know what? It's Magic Round. I'm going to pull out a fucking magic trick. I'm going to make one on the fly.
He's going to pull some magic out.
I'm going to pull some magic out. All right, what do we got? All right. I'm going to build this live. So we got in the first game, Carol Ero from the Sharpies. Now, why have I got Jolly Star? This must have been the last time that I was on a sports bet on the computer. I've got Jolly Star, the horse.
Star. Fuck, I hope you didn't get on that, donkey.
I did, thanks to your fucking tipping. So we got Jolly Star.
That was a long time ago. Holy shit.
That was a long time ago.
That was Big Pineapple.
Yeah, it would have been. All right, so we got Jolly Star. Alrighty. That's a man I reckon that's going to score in front of the big crowd. Mark Nawanga Itawase.
Lovely.
This next one I hate with a passion. Oh, actually, no, I know who I'd pick for a Souths game. That's easy. We'll go Jai Gray. I will read this out at the end as well. Cows. Purdue, he has scored so many tries. How is he still at $2.60? Yeah,
juicy odds.
That's silly. Give me it. Give me Purdue. Alrighty. Tigers versus easy Taruva. Thank you. Bloke likes scoring tries. Don't hate it. Alright. Doggies. Sure, Bronson Cherry scored a lot of tries, but going with Jacob Kiraz because I think he's up against.
Cherry has not been scoring. I don't know how many tries he scored this year.
He's gone in his last 5, 1, 2, 0, 1, 1.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah,
fair enough.
Scoring tries. So I'm going with Jacob Kiraz because I think he's on the side as Khan Pereira, who I believe they historically leak quite a lot through there. Broncos, you know what? Give me Dino. Why not? Give me Dino. Storm. It's got to be Zab. All right. Let's see what monstrosity I've just created here.
Odds of these has been spat out.
All right. So we've got 8 legs, try scorers from each game for my multi of the week. I will give you my other one as well, just as a little something in case, because I'll probably get on both. All right. So we've got Carol Ero, Mark Nawanga Itawase, Jai Gray, Jackson Purdue, Taruva, Kiraz, Dean Mariner, Xavier Coates, all to score any time. That gives you a nice little $320.64. That's Magic Round
Was it
betting.
$320?
Yeah, $320. So you
50 on it.
Yeah, you chuck 5 on that. That's $1,603.24. And I'll quickly give you this other one, which might have a little bit more of a chance, but still good odds. Carol Ero, anytime, Dean Mariner, and Nanai. So that gives you $14.42 on a mysterious blue betting agency. What have you cooked up?
I've got a multi on wordplay here, Chris. That's what I've got. I don't know how I've fallen on this subject, but seeing Xavier Wilson get over last week has just given me a big thing for Xavier. So I'm getting all the Xaviers in the comp this week and whacking them in multi. We're going to have ourselves a nice little 3-legger. We're going to have a Xavier Wilson anytime and in the same game. So a little bit nervy about that. We've got a Xavier Coates and a Xavier Savach anytime try scorers. Odds there are at $15 at the moment, so get on while it's hot.
I like that. I am also definitely going to steal that. I've got too many things that I need to bet on at this point, but those are definitely going to be some of them. But yeah, follow those. We'll post those up on the Insta, probably on the TikTok as well. A bit to do. Plenty of try scorers to back this week.
Plenty to happen.
Particularly for me. So if you follow me all the way for those 8, drinks on me after at the Caxton, that's for sure, if that one hits the 1,600. But yeah. Oh, I'm just so excited for it. Like I said, my brain is set to Magic Round and Magic Round only at this point. So, yeah, that's pretty much everything, though, for us. Huge week of rugby league ahead. Again, if you run into us, say hi. We look alike, so you might see one of us. You never know. But, yeah, unless you got anything else, Tom, I reckon we pull the pin.
Yeah, that's us.
That's magic.
Thanks for watching.
Catch us.